So here we go, 2 laps on the board. 59 more circuits around Halifax for $10,000 honoring Mark Batten. We're back to green at Halifax. Michael Batten a little bit loose right in front of the field, but he saves it in the 21. Oh, that could have got ugly as Milliken gets alongside Russell Irwin for that second spot. Here comes the Wild Child as they're door-to-door off turn number 4. Michael Batten right there. Everybody strung out around this big 3/8 mile dirt clay oval. Dustin Mitchell out front. Irwin is broken away from Milliken a little bit. It's trouble for Timmy Blackwell. Timmy Blackwell in his 17 car. He'll go off on lap number 4. Right behind him, here comes Michael Batten. He gets around Willie Milliken, put the Outlaw up in the 3rd spot. Keep an eye on him as caution waves on the speedway. We've got a big mess over at turn number 2. Walker Arthur's involved. Skeeter Lyles is involved. It looks like the 52 maybe of Timmy Mills is also involved. That has been Calamity Corner tonight. Calamity Corner. Tough break for Skeeter Lyles, who had made his way into the B main, or made his way into the race by virtue of making his way in from the B main. And a lot of damage on the front of that L3 car. $10,000 on the line and a lot more in bonuses. How's this baby going to shake out? Some long green flag runs is what we want to see. It's up to Dustin Mitchell to light the fuse between turns 3 and 4, and here we go at Halifax. Milliken trying to work to the inside of Irwin, can't quite get it done. Meanwhile, here comes Derek Quaid in the 74. He's got a big run on Dan Brewer, but Brewer is making that high side work. He gets around Sessoms, and he sets his sights on Michael Rouse. That high side coming in for the Professor. Meanwhile, up front, Dustin Mitchell right now. Milliken gets sideways in the middle of the corner, and Batten has to check up big time. Oh, that could have been ugly. Milliken and Batten did one heck of a job of driving in. Milliken goes around. Milliken, Daniel Tucker's involved. Michael Rouse is involved. Derek Quaid's involved. Kerry King and Walker Arthur all involved. As Millie Milliken loses the handle on the 1, Daniel Tucker would know where to go. Hard contact from Michael Rouse. They call him the Dirt Deacon out of Wake Forest, North Carolina. All right, here we go. Deck is shuffled. 2 by 2 by 2 one more time. 6 laps on the board. 61 make up the show. Dustin Mitchell, and we're back to green. Mitchell out front. It's a dog fight behind him as everybody 2 by 2 off 2, and they straighten it out. Meanwhile, Michael Batten trying to zero in on Russell Irwin for that second spot. Here comes that 06. I told you, Christian Thomas making hay on the outside. Christian Thomas picking off 2 cars per lap. Here comes a Dirt Deacon trying to make his way into the top 5. Christian Thomas on the outside of Jay Sessom. Sessom slams the door on him. Meanwhile, up front is still Dustin Mitchell up front. Thomas gets in the rear of Sessoms. He's trying to let him know he's back there. Meanwhile, here comes Michael Batten. Batten trying to get to the inside of Russell Irwin. The 21 and the 22, door-to-door off 4. Great battles all around Halifax County Motor Speedway, including Christian Thomas, who just made his way around Jay Sessoms, and he's got Sean Harrell following him all the way through the field. Boy, if them 2 can catch a caution and catch the rest of these leaders, this could get really interesting. Meanwhile, Russell Irwin has reeled in the CNR Motorsports mentoring of Dustin Mitchell. He's on the bottom. Mitchell's midway up the track, up to the top. Coming up on the lap car of Freeland, Maryland's DJ Garrett in the 81. He'll be the next one in the eyesights of the leader. Christian Thomas has now broke away from Jay Sessoms. That XR1 rocket, and I'm calling it right now, he is on a mission. Meanwhile, up front, Irwin and Mitchell right now going to catch some lap cars with about another lap around the speedway. There's a lot of smoke out of the back of Cody Wright's number 11. I don't know if that's tire rub or engine smoke. I believe it's tire rub because every time he goes into the corner, he leans on that right rear. So have to keep an eye on the Furs Deli machine out of White Plains. And we got a spinner in turn 2. It's Derek Quaid. Derek Quaid up at the top of turn number 3, bringing out the wave of the yellow. And I was looking right at it, and that car just broke loose on Derek Quaid. I was looking right at it, all by itself going into turn number 3. And you got to wonder if that spoiler finally broke on that 74. Either that or a tire went down. Not sure what happened to Beast Mode. Of course, he finished 3rd in the points in 2021. Coming to green off turn number 4, 14 complete. Thomas to the outside, and we have a caution on the front as Kerry King in the KB car. I missed that one as we were trying to find out what happened here on bigsports.com, and we were watching leaders go back into turn 1, and we missed that one. A tough break for the veteran from Delaware, Kerry King. Lights out atop the flag stand, getting ready to get back at it. Still 14 on the board of the 61 that make up the show here tonight. Dustin Mitchell's on the loud pedal, and we're back to green at Halifax. Christian Thomas on the outside of Dan Brewer trying to make it work. Thomas will go to second, or excuse me, Thomas will go to 4th. Thomas is going to go to 3rd. Christian Thomas is getting 2 for 1. Somebody get a bull pop out. Christian Thomas goes to 3rd. Christian Thomas to 3rd, back behind Michael Batten, gets by Batten now. Tyler Bear, here comes that 30 car. Keep an eye on this young man. Meanwhile, out back, it's getting kind of rough back here in the back. A lot of boys trading some sheet metal. Keep an eye on Batten as now he tries to go to the inside of Christian Thomas. Batten to the bottom, Thomas to the top. Thomas holds him off this lap as lap number 17 goes on the board. Everybody trying to dodge the hole down in turn 1 and 2. A big hole has come up down there. They're either having to go high or low in that corner. Meanwhile, up front, everything is finally settled down. We're going to log some laps now, 18 on the board. Everybody's tired of this yellow stuff, so we're going to log some laps now finally. Best battle on the racetracks between Walker, Arthur, and Jay Sessoms. And right there's Robbie Emery as well in that 9E car. As they get settled down and go single file for a few more laps. Michael Batten still trying to work all over Christian Thomas. Forward at, and we got caution down in turn number 1. Caution down in turn number 1. And that is, looks like Walker Arthur again in the 87 it is. 19 complete. Here we go, folks. One more restart. Thomas tried a crossover move. It didn't work, and it's going to cost him big time. Michael Batten goes by. The professor goes by. As Thomas loses a couple spots and tries to gain them back now as Dan Brewer. A little bit of contact. Tyler Bear, look at this 30 car. Tyler Bear has moved his way up into the top 5. Young man who started way back in the field has made his way up. Dan Brewer gets into the side. Sean Harrell, Christian Thomas, and Brewer all get together right there off turn 2. But everybody saves it. Everybody getting a little bit antsy now as we start inching our way towards that halfway mark. Meanwhile, everybody trying to dodge those bumps down in them holes down in turn number 1 and 2. Leader Dustin Mitchell will go down into turn 1. He takes the high side. Notice Russell Irwin goes to the bottom, Batten to the bottom. So Mitchell seems to be the only one of the top 3 that is staying above the bumps. Everybody else is going below them, at least for that lap. Finally getting some long green flag runs. Everybody's settling in for a little bit. 24 laps on the board. Mitchell, your leader. Russell Irwin second. Michael Batten scored third. Oh. Tyler Baird, Dan Brewer. Here comes Sean Harrell working on the back doorstep of Christian Thomas. Got to wonder if the handling's gone away on that 06 machine. Since that last restart, he has fell backwards. Cobble for Michael Batten. He's into the outside wall off turn number 2. Bringing out the wave of the yellow. Oh, my goodness. Batten slowed and got into the wall off turn number 2 just a little bit. Getting ready to come to the green right here. Tyler Bear up on the outside. In that 30 car, what a run he has got. He started 19th tonight. He's up to 3rd. Irwin to the bottom, Tyler Bear up to the top. Christian Thomas trying to thread the needle. Can't quite get it done as both Dan Brewer and Tyler Bear close the door on him. Tyler Bear up top. Can't quite get it done there either. It's a big time slip for the 30 car. That's Christian Thomas get by. Derek Rankin right now making a little bit of hay as he gets by Derek Quaid. Two Derek's battling out just outside of the top 5. 28 laps on the board. We're 2 laps shy of the 30 lap mark. Irwin and Mitchell trying to break away from Dan Brewer and Christian Thomas. Meanwhile, caution, Derry Sessoms has slowed and stopped up in turn number 2. Jay had a good run going as well, was running in the top 15 at the time of the caution. Sean Harrell has been like, is like he's stuck in neutral, can't seem to make up no ground on these restarts in that 3 car. Derek Quaid to his outside. Both of those gentlemen having a tough night here trying to get moving forward. 28 on the board, coming back to green. Tyler Bear and Christian Thomas get together, and Bear goes around. Oh my goodness. Oh, and no, and he collects Jesse Rocket. Coming to the green off turn 4, and we're green at Halifax. Mitchell and Russell Irwin bouncing away like basketballs down into turn 1 and 2, and down the back they go. Dan Brewer, what a solid night the veteran has had the professor. Mitchell really gets a run off turn number 2 down there in 1 and 2, and man, he just shoots down the back straightaway. Irwin and everybody's able to reel him in down here, but Mitchell is super fast in 1 and 2, and that is what's propelling him to keep this lead right now. Everybody's settling in, logging some laps, single file right now. We are just now at lap 31 goes on the board. Just now getting to halfway. Irwin starting to show some muscle as he tries to reel in the 32 car. Russell Irwin drove that car for many, many years for Kirk. And we got another caution in turn 2 down the back. Derek Rankin. Derek Rankin brings out another yellow in the 72 as the attrition list continues to grow here at Halifax. Who's going to register their name as the first winner on the Deuces Wild Tour? We're getting ready to find out. 32 laps on the board. Dustin Mitchell, Russell Irwin, Dan Brewer, Christian Thomas, Sean Harrell, Derek Quaid, Robbie Emery, Ryan Strickland, Jay Sessoms, Kerry King, and Derek DJ Garrett. Coming to the green with 32 complete. Christian Thomas trying to make a run on the Professor Dan Brewer. Can't quite get it done. 34 on the board. Derek Quaid bouncing. He almost lost it down there in turn 1 and 2. The beast mode holding on for everything he's got. Dustin Mitchell, Russell Irwin, lost a lot of ground right there in turn number 2 as he hit a hole big time in that 22 car. Dustin Mitchell starting to stretch out, starting to show his muscle here in the latter stages of the Mark Batten Memorial. Starting to stretch it out over Russell Irwin a little bit. Everybody using different lines, trying different lines to see if they can make up some ground. Who's got the right tire? Who's chose the right tire? We're getting ready to find out. As coming up on 21 laps to go as Irwin now starts to reel him back in. Meanwhile, everybody single file. Dan Brewer right there in the 3rd spot. The Professor holding off the Dirt Deacon, Christian Thomas. Thomas now trying to make a bid to the inside. Had a look, but thought better of it. 40 laps on the board. 40 laps are scored right now. 21 to go. Big hole down there in turn 3 and 4, or excuse me, going into turn 3 as you'll see the drivers missing it as best they can. As caution waves on the speedway for DJ Garrett down in turn number 1 and 2. Young man out of Freeland, Maryland. Running for the Arizona Sports Shirts Rookie of the Year, presented by New Point Lighting and Design. All right, coming back to the green quick. Got everybody jammed up right quick so we can come right back to green. 40 laps on the board. 21 remaining. One more restart. Here we go. Everybody's gone catfishing. Here comes Christian Thomas. He's got a run on the Professor into turn number 3. Thomas to the bottom, Dan Brewer up top. Brewer will get the best of him off turn 4 and take the spot away. Dan Brewer, oh boy, they are really bouncing down there in turn 1 now. That hole is getting bigger and bigger. Who can master the holes here at Halifax might be the way this thing shakes out. Dustin Mitchell and Russell Irwin go to the top side of the hole. Trying to miss it down there in turns 3 and 4 as well as they go to the top side of it. 42 laps on the board. 43 scored now. Everybody's starting to shake out single file now, see if they can make some runs on the man in front of them. As Christian Thomas has now fell back off Dan Brewer's back doorstep as Russell Irwin's got some problems on the 22. May have some rear end problems on the 22, or something's going awry on the on the Champs car. There's something broke on Russell Irwin's machine. I saw it break off turn number 2, and he is going to bring out the caution. No caution yet. And now we see the wave of the yellow. Something broke on the left rear of Russell Irwin's car when he came off turn number 2. I'm not sure what it was, but we were looking right at it, and something has gone awry on the left rear of the 22 car of the Champ. And we're back to green. Dustin Mitchell, Dan Brewer, Christian Thomas, still a good ways to go here. Can Dan Brewer make up some ground? What a story this would be for Brewer. Dustin Mitchell puts lap number 47 on the board. Derek Quaid looking to the inside of Sean Harrell, trying to make away that 4th spot. Quaid to the bottom, Harrell to the top. Door to door off turn number 4. Give the spot to Sean Harrell. 48 laps on the board. Getting close to crunch time now. Trouble for Robbie Emery. Trouble for Robbie Emery as he slows going into turn 3, the young man out of Milton, Delaware. The birthday boy's night just got worse as he comes to a slow crawl down the front straightaway. Tough break for the birthday boy, Robbie Emery. So here we go, 12 remaining, 49 on the board. We're back to green at Halifax. Christian Thomas trying to get to the inside of Dan Brewer, couldn't get it done that time. Dan Brewer up top, bottom will go for Christian Thomas. Derek Quaid and Sean Harrell got the best battle on the racetrack as they battle for that 4th spot. Quaid on the bottom, the haymaker up top. 51 on the board, 10 to go. 10 more laps to go. Can Dustin Mitchell make it 10 more laps around here tonight and score a big one for CNR Motorsports? "52 laps on the board, working lap number 53 right here at the stripe. Dustin Mitchell sets that corner really pretty, diamonds it off, if you will, as lap 54 goes on the board. Trying to hit his marks as best he can these last remaining 7 laps. Quaid and Harrell still putting on a battle for that 4th spot. "55 laps, coming to lap 56 this time. Be 5 laps to go this time by. For Pine Level, North Carolina's Dustin Mitchell. Christian Thomas still trying to make up some ground and get around Dan Brewer for that 2nd spot. Don't know if he's going to have enough to get it done. Lap number 57 on the board. 4 more circuits for the Kamikaze Kid out of Pine Level. Derek Quaid to the inside of Sean Harrell. Beast mode trying to get his way up into the 4th spot. Harrell trying to battle back on the outside. Best battle on the racetrack as Harrell has to back out of it. Lap 58 on the board. 3 more circuits around for Dustin Mitchell. And the CNR Motorsports is coming up on the lap car, Walker Arthur. 2 laps to go. 2 to go. Popsicle sticks out across the hood of the 32. Mitchell to the bottom, nice and gentle around the 87 of Arthur. This time by, he'll get that white rag across his hood he's been waiting to see all night long. White flag in the air for the Mark Batten Memorial. One more time around Halifax County Motor Speedway for Dustin Mitchell. Down the back he goes. His 2nd big win of 2022 off turn number 4. Your winner is Dustin Mitchell. Dan Brewer comes home 2nd. Christian Thomas 3rd. Derek Quaid, Sean Harrell, and Brian Strickland round out the 6th spot. So congratulations going out to Dustin Mitchell as he picks up the big Mark Batten Memorial win here at Halifax County Motor Speedway here tonight.